Michael Stifel, one of the founders. Though you may not have heard his name before, Michael Stifel was fundamental in the creation of our mathematics today. Not only did he introduce new concepts of mathematics to the world, but this man actively played a large role in the reformation of the Catholic Church. So why do these things matter to us in our modern age? Our world is built on the knowledge of the past. Our reality follows the foundations laid centuries ago by the diligent work of great minds. Without these pivotal characters in our collective history, life as we know it would look vastly different. I would argue, even unrecognizable. So why should you trust my information? I have immersed myself in the work and life of Michael Stifel and pored over the articles that recount his life. The information I present to you is all factual and should build an understanding of why he was so important to life as we know it. I will be discussing his early life and upbringing, the context of the part of the world he lived in, and what life was like in his time, and his contributions to mathematics and the world. First, let's talk about the early life of Michael Stifel. Michael Stifel was born in 1487 in Esslingen, Germany. Stifel attended college at the University of Wittenberg in Germany, where he received a Master's of Arts degree in mathematics. Though he was now formally trained in mathematics, Stifel devoted this early portion of his life to his religion and became an Augustinian monk, which is a form of Catholicism. While working at the monastery, Stifel could not help but use mathematics, and attempted to find hidden messages and meanings in the book of Daniel and the book of Revelations. His findings were mostly nonsensical and deemed sacrilegious by the Catholic Church. Stifel disagreed with the Catholic Church and their practices of selling indulgences. He became aware of the work of Martin Luther and his Reformation movement. He decided to leave the monastery to work with Luther on the Reformation, writing songs and spreading awareness to the public of the need of reformation of the Church. Eventually, he lived with Luther and contributed greatly to the Reformation. Next, let's discuss Esslingen, Germany, and what it was like there in the 15th and 16th centuries. Esslingen is located in the southwest quadrant of Germany. Germany in the 15th and 16th century was a land that was divided based on people's faiths. Some territories practiced Catholicism, whereas others practiced Protestantism, and a line would be drawn to separate the two. With lines being drawn and redrawn based on each territory's leader's religious beliefs, the lives of the residents of these territories would often change. People who differed religiously at this time rarely spoke to one another. In addition to the religious division, the land was also being divided by the Holy Roman Empire, which occupied much of the land in Europe. And because of these factors, 15th and 16th century Germany was certainly a tumultuous time and place to live. And finally, let's discuss Stifel's contributions to mathematics. Stifel wrote 2 books to outline his work in mathematics, the first of which is titled Arithmetica Integra, written in Latin, and the second is titled Dutch Arithmetica. In Arithmetica Integra, which was written in Latin, Stifel introduced his first major contribution to mathematics, the exponent. In this very same book, Stifel worked to understand what he deemed as, quote, surd numbers, what we know today as negatives. Stifel also put forth the idea that roots were not limited to being square roots, paving the way for future mathematicians to theorize the existence of cube roots, and so on. In Dutch Arithmetica, Stifel attempted to make math more easily understandable for the populace, laying things out in simple terms in the common Dutch language. In conclusion, Michael Stifel was a very important figure in history whose mathematics are still in use today. And not only this, but Stifel's contributions to the Reformation helped shape the Catholic Church as we know it. Though his name seldom appears in any textbooks, Michael Stifel was a pivotal figure in our collective history. Thank you.